Hello friends, welcome back to DC School of Music. Today we are going to continue the discussion in theory. We're going to talk about the subdominant minor functionality in diatonic major chord scale theory. Now, the actual subdominant minor functioning chords that exist actually are derived from the minor chord scale. So let's talk about that for just a second. If you remember back from the earlier videos when we talked about major diatonic chord scales, we started with the key of C, and the very first chord is the C major chord. And then we added sevenths to those chords. That gave us the C major 7. And as we work our way up the scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, we get the corresponding chords that are associated with those actual notes. So let me go through those again. We have C major 7, D minor 7, E minor 7, F major 7, G dominant 7, A minor 7, B minor 7 with a flat 5. It's also considered a half diminished for those of you out there that are familiar with the diminished chords. And then we're back to the 1 chord, which is C major 7. Now, when we talk about subdominant minor chord functionality, it deals with the minor keys. Now, you can build a chord scale on top of any scale that exists. Scales similar to this major scale would be the minor scale, which is the relative minor. In this case, it's the note that starts on A, which is also the 6th chord in the key of C major. But that can become the 1 chord of the new minor key. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So if we were to rethink and reimagine this chord scale and start on A minor 7 and make that the 1 chord, then the chords would be constructed as follows. They would line up in this fashion. We would have the A minor 7, which would be considered the 1 minor 7. We would have the B minor 7 flat 5, which is considered the 2 minor 7 flat 5. We would have C major 7, which in this case is a flat third interval or a minor third interval from the starting note of A. So that would be considered the flat 3 major 7. Then we would go to D minor 7, which in this case is the 4 minor 7. Then we go to the 5, which is also a minor 7 chord. That's E minor 7. Then we would go to the flat 6 major 7, which is also called F major 7. It's the 4 in the regular major key. We go to G7, which is the flat 7 dominant 7 as it relates to the A minor. Then we're back to A minor 7. So once again, let me review that with you. We have A minor 7, the 1 minor 7. We have B minor 7 flat 5. That's the 2 minor 7 flat 5. We have C major 7, which is the flat 3 major 7. We have D minor 7, the 4 minor 7. We have E minor 7, which is the 5 minor 7. We have F major 7, which is the flat 6 major 7. We have G dominant 7, which is called the flat 7 dominant 7. And then we have A minor 7. We're back home. So those are where we derive the subdominant minor functionality chords that we use quite often, and you hear them in a lot of popular songs. The flat 7, dominant 7, is a very, very popular chord that's used in many, many pop songs. I'll give you an example. If we were to play in the key of A, okay? So the song, let's just, for instance, go from A to D, which would be a 1 to a 4 chord. Then we go to the G, which is the flat 7 of the key of A. So we got D, then G. So that's a common progression that you hear a lot in popular music. So you hear that walk up, or that lower chord that precedes the one chord in this key. That's called a flat 7, dominant 7. And now you understand where that chord originates. Okay, so you're going to get a lot of the flatted chords. For instance, flat 6, major 7. You're going to get flat 2 major 7s. You'll also get the flat 7, dominant 7, which are subdominant minor functioning chords, but they are often used in a diatonic major chord scale setting. And if you just think about it like this, in a major key, there are the notes that represent the major scale. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Then you have the 5 notes that don't exist in that scale, which are, in this case, all of the black keys. And that's where you get the flat 2, the flat 3, you get the sharp 4 or flat 5, the flat 6, and the flat 7. So that's where all the other chords exist as far as they relate back to the originating diatonic major chord scale. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Join us again on the next video, and we will discuss a little bit more of subdominant minor functioning chords. I will relate them back to songs that are popular, and we'll go over a handful of songs that these chords are used in. And at that point, we'll have a pretty good understanding of a lot of the chords that you're going to be using as you process and go through your journey as a musician. Thanks again for joining us today, and we hope to see you again on the next video. Remember, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Comment if you want to hear anything, see any other videos, you need something explained, please make a comment. And once again, have a blessed day. Thank you.